Hi, welcome to the third part on conditional formatting. I'm going to resume from where I stopped from within the last part of conditional formatting. I'm going to locate where the dataset we used is linked in the part 2. This is where you should be finding it. I click on it to download it and immediately start from there where we stopped. Whenever I complete a video, I upload the working document we used in that tutorial. Let me start from there. We saw, let me enable editing. We saw how we can use conditional formatting to, in the previous video we saw how we can use conditional formatting to locate where are the missing values. We also saw how you can go deeper to sophisticated processes by highlighting all the column containing missing values within your dataset by using the function called count blank. This is a function used to count all the cells that are empty. I am not going to repeat it again. I'm going to straight to the my work today. How are we going to use conditional formatting combined with multiple functions and do a conditional formatting basing on a list. Let me show you what I mean as a list. I have a list here. I have hidden sheets. You see a list of COK East, North, South, and West. These are lists. Let me unhide one list. This is a list of COK unique values. Let me add a title here. List of unique administrative entities within the city of Kigali. This is the list I am referring to. I'm going to show you how you can do conditional formatting basing on a list of unique values. In this series, in this tutorial, I'm going to use a combination of like 4 functions. The first function is search. This is a familiar function within Excel. I'm going to use another function is number. This is another familiar function in Excel. There is another function or another function is not. These are the 4 functions I'm going to be using in conditional formatting. It is a bit difficult or somehow advanced, but I'm going to explain each function, what it does, and how they are going to help us in conditional formatting. Let me write a bare sentence here. I am going to the market. This is a sentence. In this sentence, I'm going to show you how search function works. I am going to write here search. If I write search, it says it returns the number of characters at which a specific character or text string is first found. When I tell Excel find going, and I tell where Excel is going to find my text, then if I click comma, Excel asks me start number, where it's going to start. This this option is this argument is optional because it is, you can see it is in a bracket, square bracket. Whenever I find an option, an argument which is in a square bracket, it means it is optional. It is not mandatory to be provided. Let me leave it out. Then I click OK. If I click OK, you see this search function gives me 6. 6 to mean that if you count all the characters within this text from left here to the right, you will start finding going to the sixth character. The sixth character to mean that Excel, whenever Excel is counting, it counts including empty spaces. That's why I am, there are three characters, but including 2 empty spaces, they make 5. G of going is the 6th. That is where Excel find going, that text. I can even write going here. And use search like this, and click here going, then comma. I click where the text is and close the bracket. Then it gives me the same results, to mean that going is on it occupies the place number 6, counting all the characters in that whole sentence. Is number is used to check if a cell contains a number or not. If I write is number and click where I find a number, it will give me true, because this is a number. But if I write is number and I click here, it will tell me that it is false, because this is a sentence, it is not a number. You see? Let me write a number, but store it as a text and write is number. Is number. It says false. Why? Because this 5, it is apparently it is a number, but this asterisk, this sign I add on the beginning, it makes it a character. It makes it a text rather than a number. That's why it evaluates to false. I'm not going deeper in that. We can prepare a separate video on how Excel treats text from different types of characters. Maybe we can prepare a separate tutorial on that. Let me show you how OR function works. If I write OR and open bracket, I click true, then false, then false, and I close. Excel will evaluate these 3 options to be true. What does that mean? Whenever I tell Excel, is this true? Is this true, or this true, or this true? If Excel finds at least one value, one option to be true, it will return everything true. In summary, let me give you an example in real life. If someone is coming to find me, if he finds me, he is contented, he is satisfied. But if he doesn't find me, it is false with him. He doesn't find me. But imagine if someone sends someone to find me and instruct that person, if he doesn't find me, at least he should find my wife. In that case, if the sender asks the one he sent to me and he didn't meet me, if he has found my wife, he will tell the sender, I didn't find Birasa, but I find his wife. In that case, this OR function will evaluate those scenarios to be true. OR function works, you give multiple choices to OR functions. If at least one choice is true, all the choices will be evaluated to true. When does OR function gives a false result? It gives a false result whenever all the scenarios are false. Let me give you an example. I write OR. I click on this. This is false. Another false here. Then I close. If I click OK, you see the result is false. Why? Because both both these provided options are false. But if I write or like this, I click on this true, then I supply another false, it will give me true, because at least one option is true, one choice is true. Even you can supply other millions options, it will still be evaluated to true. Let me go to another function we'll be using in this session. It is not. This not, as it is read, or it is used in a grammar way, it changes false to true or true to false. That is its work. When anything is true and you supply function not, it will change to false. When something is false and you evaluate to the function not, it will change to true. That is how not is working, as simple as that. Let me show you. If I click equal to this true, it will change to false. That is how it works. If I write not and evaluate this false, it will change to true. That is how not is working. If I supply this true, it will change to false. As simple as that. I'm going to stop this basic explanation to these four functions and go straight to our work today. Our work today is how can we do conditional formatting basing on a list. We are going to combine these four functions with conditional formatting here and evaluate if the values we have here, if the values we have on this column are as per the list of unique values we have here. How do we do that? The functions I'm going to use, I will be searching these unique values within these columns, and if there is anything I did not find that is here in my data here, this is the raw data. If anything is here not foundable here, it will be changed. I will color it in a different color to show it separately, that is not within the list of unique values. I need to make sure that my list of unique values are exhaustive. Anything I have left out will be highlighted in another color. Let me show you how we do it. I come to the first cell within my dataset. This city of Kigali is my dataset. I click on the first cell. I come. Conditional formatting is foundable on home tab. I come in the group of styles. I click on conditional formatting. I can come here and create a new rule. If I create a new rule, I use a function here. Whenever I am going to write a function in Excel, you need to start with equal sign. If you you start with an equal sign, that is when Excel understands you are writing a function. If you are not starting with equal sign, Excel will never understand if you are writing a function. That is how Excel operates. If you want to write a function in Excel, make sure you start with equal sign. Let me write. I'm going to use not, then use or, then I use is number, then I use search. What I am going to be searching is this list of unique values. I select the whole list of unique values. There are 3, you see. Then I click comma. Where to find those values? It is on A2. A2, I am going to show you how. Let me close all the 4 brackets. I am going to change this color to yellow. Then I click OK. If I click OK again, you see there is nothing has changed here. But let me change this Gasabo to Birasa. If I change this Gasabo to Birasa, Birasa has automatically changed to yellow. Why? Because this Birasa is not in the list of unique values. That is how conditional formatting, advanced conditional formatting based on multiple combination of functions works. If this value Birasa is not included here, it will turn into yellow. Let me show you. If I write here Birasa, you will see that this yellow has disappeared. You see? If I turn back Gasabo here, Birasa will return back into yellow. That is how conditional formatting is working. What if I want to do, if I write Birasa here, you see nothing changed. Yet this value is not within my list of unique values. Why? Because the conditional formatting has been set on the first row within this column. How do I extend my conditional format to the rest of the cells? That is what we saw within the previous parts of this conditional formatting series. I click on the cell where my conditional formattings are located and click on this format painter, and I scroll down. Until the last cell within this column. Make sure you select one cell or one column, not other columns. You select all the cells within one column. I scroll down. Yes, I scroll down to the last row of this column, or to the last cell of this column. Yes, I reach here. You see, I reach to the row 1177. Then I save this. You see, Birasa has already turned into yellow. I can even go down to A1000. If I go to A1000, I write Fabrice here. Let me check if it has been effected. You see, it is now working, because Fabrice I have put here is not within the list of unique values I have supplied. Let me change Fabrice here. If I put Fabrice within the range of unique values. If I put it here, you see, Fabrice, the yellow color has disappeared. Let me remove back. Let me use this contain the Chitrikiro. Then I remove this and supply Nyarugenge that was there. This is how we do it. Let me do it once again. I go to the next column. I click on the first cell. I go to conditional formatting. I can pass through here. I click on more rules. I use formula. I write equal. I write not or is number. Then search. Then I search my unique values, which are this one. I select all the sectors, unique sectors within city of Kigali. I know the first cell. I click comma. The first cell on that column is B2. I close my bracket or the 4 brackets. I change the color. Let me now use orange color. Then I click OK. Then this Wumbogo, I format painter to the down to the last. I use until the last cell in this column. I reach there. Yes, I have saved it. Let me change and write Birasa here. You see, everything is working as I expect. Let me add Birasa here. You see, it is immediately highlighting the cell that contain text that are not within the unique values. As you know, this orange color here is not due to the wrong text. It is due to the empty cell. If I write Jari here, the color will disappear. If I write Nduba here, the color will disappear. If I write massacre here, the color will disappear until I reach the last cell. Let me use Control D. If I click Control D, it completes using the above value. That is how combination of these 4 functions work within Excel. In summary, we search the unique values within this list and we search them within this column. Anything on both these lists will not be highlighted on with another color, but anything we did not find on both the lists will be highlighted in yellow. As you see, Birasa here is highlighted in yellow because Birasa is on this list, but Birasa is not foundable on this list. If I add Birasa on this list and is foundable here, it will change the color. It will not be colored in yellow or any other color. Let me add Fabrice here. If Fabrice is not on both the list, we change the color. But if I write Fabrice here, you will see the color has disappeared. You see, the color automatically has disappeared. That is how conditional formatting are very much useful for all those people who are dealing with data. Conditional formatting is easy whenever you are dealing with data cleaning or whenever you are dealing with your data processing. It can help you to identify all the issues within your data automatically and in an advanced way. And it is so much it is somehow it is of course automated, because what you update here will be updated in your functions. If I update my list here, if I add Birasa here, you see, if I add Birasa here, this has will change the list of this will change the this does not change the list of unique values, because if you inspect my function here, the list of unique values is locked between A3 to A5. You see, if I want to include, let me remove this. If I want to include this last option here, I need to come back and change. I need to come back here and change this range. I change from A5 to A6. If I change and I use A6 and click OK, you see the color here will disappear. Let me undo it. If I undo, I use Control Z or Control Z for those American English users. Let me go to another column here. Another column here, which is the column of cell. As you see, in the city of Kigali, we have a list of 151. Imagine the list of unique values 151. It is a very huge list. You cannot check everything within the list of unique values, this long list of unique values. You cannot check it manually. You need to have a sophisticated way to do it, an automated way to do it. Let me show you. It is similar to what we have been doing on these previous 2 columns. I click on the first cell, I go to conditional formatting, I click on manage rule, I click new rule, I go to use formula to determine which cells to format. I write equal. Make sure to start your functions with an equal sign, equal, not, open bracket, or open bracket is number, open bracket, search, open bracket. What are we going to search? the unique values. Unique values are all these 151 values. Then we click, we write comma. I know that cell we clicked the cell, the first cell within my data set is C2. Then I close all the four bracket. I change the color. Let me now use the red color. I click OK. OK again. You see, this has not changed the color because this Kinyaga, you can find it here. If I click find Kinyaga here, you will find that Kinyaga is there. You see? Let me check. Let me change this Kinyaga to Birasa. If I remove that Kinyaga and I replace it with Birasa, you will find that Kinyaga here has turned into red. If I copy the format painter here and paste all the way down to the last cell, let me, yes, let me come back on the top. You see all the Kinyagas, all the Kinyaga cells have turned into red. Because, why? Because I have removed the Kinyaga and I have replaced it with the Birasa. If I put Kinyaga back there, you will see the red color disappeared. You see? The red color has disappeared because I have put it back. If I remove, if I write another text here, or let me check if I add Birasa here, because the text is still foundable here, it will not change the color. But if I write Birasa, Birasa will be turned in red because this Birasa is not foundable in this list. Remember, I have put back the Kinyaga there. You see, that is easy and it is clear for now. Let me go to another province there. This province, we have its specific list. No, let me cross the last column, which is the village. Let me see the number of villages we have in the city of Kigali. The list of unique values within the city of Kigali, there are 752. Can you imagine? 752 unique values. Let me check if Excel can help us to identify if there is any values, any wrong values within this column of a village. I know this is our raw data on a village. This is our unique list of village data here. You see, we have unique values 752. We have our raw data, which is in this city of Kigali cell. Let me check it. We are going to conditional formatting as usual. We add rule here, use a formula. I write equal not bracket or is number. Then I search all these unique values from up here. You don't need to include the column header. I go all the way down using Control Shift down arrow. Then I click comma. I use D2. I know the first value in my dataset is D2. I close all the four brackets. I change the color here. Let me use for now. Let me use which color? Let me use this color. Then I click OK. Then OK. This has not changed the color for now because this value, this text is within my unique, the list of unique values. Let me copy the format painter all the way down. Excuse me. Yes. Let me change this value to let me use like YouTube. This is a nonsense word. You see, YouTube has turned to this color because YouTube is not within this list. If I write YouTube here, you will find that the color here has disappeared. That is how we do it automatically. My friend, my viewers, my followers, you need to know these advanced techniques, how you can do your work on day after day in an automatic way. We are in a digital era. You don't need to stress you out by doing things manually. You need to have some advanced techniques how you can ease your work and speed up your work. What you can if imagine if you had to come and check if all the names of villages here have been written correctly. You can spend many days, many weeks checking only this column. But for me, if I know the list of villages, village names, they should be that should be here. I can use advanced conditional formatting techniques and check it in just a matter of a few seconds or a few minutes, because I know those kind of advanced techniques, how I can check my everything, or how I can conduct my data cleaning process. Let me do Control Z to undo what I have changed in my data set. I go to another sheet, which is Eastern Province. I have the list of my entities. This list of entities has its unique list of unique values, which is this. Let me check. It is Eastern Province. The list of Eastern Province is this one. Let me unhide it. This is the list of Eastern Province. For Eastern Province, we have 7 districts. We have sectors. How many sectors? We have 88 sectors. How many villages? Let me check. We have villages 2,160. I'm going for Eastern Province. I'm not going through all the column. Let me go straight to the column of village and show you how Excel can do magic for you if you know advanced techniques. I click on this video, do the first cell. I go to conditional formatting. I click more rules. I use formula. I click equal. I use not or is number. Then search. Then I'm going to search all these 2,000, more than 2,000. You see, you are going to see how Excel can do magic for you if you know how to properly use it. I know where I am going to be searching is on column D2. That is the cell where we are going to be searching. I am going to change that color in what? Let me use black. I'm going to use it to black it. Then I am going to use Format Painter all the way down until the last cell is reached. That is the last cell. Let me write Birasa here. You see the magic. That is how Excel is doing our magic here. Let me remove all these empty cells for me to avoid that they mislead you. Let me change the last row to show you how Excel is doing magic when you know how to use it properly. I'm going to write to copy this Rwamagana here. I know this Rwamagana is a district name. Let me first check if there is a name within here that is Rwamagana. Oh, there is Rwamagana there. Let me imagine which word here. Is there Bumbogo here? Bumbogo is not there. Let me use this word Bumbogo. Let me just copy this one. I know this is the name of a sector within Eastern Province. Let me highlight it. This is a sector within Eastern Province. I am going to copy this sector name and paste it. No, if I paste it, it will overwrite the existing conditional formatting. I'm going to write it, to manually write it, Bumbogo, like this. You see, if I click enter, this Bumbogo has not changed the color. Let me check if this list is there. Is this list Bumbogo there? Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong here. If I write Birasa here, is it? Birasa is working correctly. I don't know why. Let me check. Okay. Yes, it is working as expected. This Bumbogo seems to be existing somewhere in this list. I'm going here. I'm going to copy it and paste it here. Yes, probably there is an issue behind. I don't know what's the issue, but if you see anything I write here, if it is not on the list of unique values, it will be turned into black. That is how conditional formatting are speeding up my work. I can testify it. I use it on daily basis. Whenever I want to do data cleaning, whenever I want to highlight all the data with issues, I need to do some advanced conditional formattings, and they help me speed up my work. Let me stop by here. I can tell you, if you embrace these techniques, they can help you speed up your work. I'm going to give you a kind of assignment. I know I should have gone all these columns and show you how they work, because they are the similar steps we are going. I can be going showing you, but due to limited time, I'm going to give you an assignment. We have other 3 lists of unique values for Northern Province, Southern Province, and Western Province. I have provided all the 3 data sets which I have not worked on. You are going, whoever is interested in testing his knowledge on these conditional formatting techniques is going to use these last 3 provinces and the list of unique values. You can come here and click on unhide. You can choose which list to unhide. If I click on south or north to mean northern, if I click OK, you see the list of northern will appear on the list of sheets I have here. Let me hide it again. You will be doing it yourself. I'm closing by here, and thank you for following me along. I'll be keeping you, updating you with new knowledge about Excel and other data related tools like ARA, as I gave you notification. I will be updating you on other techniques you can be using in your day-to-day work to speed up your work. Thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more encouragement on this work. Thank you, and may God bless you. See you in the next video.